that leads me into the next question. Sammy Vargas, and and you can tell me if I'm wrong, but was your game plan for him was to not go to the body for Sammy Vargas?
So a lot of people are started trying to give me shit about he's not going to the body, he's not this, he's not that. Well, with Sammy Vargas, Sammy Vargas already knew Vergil was going to go to the body. He already knew. With Sammy, I didn't want Vergil going to the body. Not with the left hand. I have my own reasons why. But what does was to get him in angles. I watched certain film on him and he didn't understand certain things. That and nobody understands that my son got, he can do certain things, a lot of certain things. So for this fight, my goal was to beat him a certain way. And that's pretty much what we did. We beat him a certain way, and made him do different looks. Now we kind of had to go away from the game plan on that because the ref was thinking that Vergil was grabbing him and turning him, but he wasn't. You go back and watch the video in slow motion. The guy was charging him, and Vergil was just stepping aside and helping him by. You're helping the guy by. But then you got to try to adjust to that because the ref, you do that. You don't want to take risk taking a point and stuff like that. Now for me, a lot of in that position, a lot of coaches would be yelling at their boxer, not in a bad way, just yelling at him, like, hey, do this or do that and do that. I feel so comfortable with my son being in there with that guy. Sometimes you have to let these boxers figure it out. Sometimes you gotta let him just figure it out, and that's schooling. That's good. You school them like that. You're schooling your boxer and your son like that. I like to do that with my son a lot of the times, because if I always have to yell at him and tell him to do something, when he's in a fight, he's always going to expect that.
Yeah.
When it's loud in there, because we're going to have a crowd eventually.
And he can't hear you?
Hear me.
Right.
So sometimes you got to let them figure it out. That guy. Once I saw my son was able to do whatever he wanted, that didn't worry about me. In the 5th round, when he was in there, now I didn't like that him just sitting there getting hit more than he should have. But even then, if you do the punch test and count through the whole fight, he didn't get hit that much. Just that one, people were just, when you're not used to somebody getting hit for certain things or whatever, then you start, with this and that. But then the next round, we turn around and fixed it, like that. So that's but if it was like a Crawford or something, yeah, I wouldn't let that shit happen. It'd be different, right? But, when you know your son is safe or something, or your kid's safe, he's doing something he shouldn't do, like walking on a fucking tightrope where there's rocks, like, motherfucker, go ahead, keep going, let him bust his ass a little bit, see what happens, see if he learns.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we do. That's how I do it with my son. Now, if it feels like somebody were like, oh fuck, then I wouldn't have done that. But that's how you school your kid. That's how you know somebody like me knows his son better than some fan or another coach. Because they don't know what I know. They don't know what my son's. They don't know that what my son's capable of. He can take care of himself. Just stuff like that. It just shows another level of thinking and another level of schooling. That's just another level.
And that leads me to this question. I'm a fan, but I listen to a lot what people say. And I remember the fight in 2016 when I took my dad and my brother to a fight here in LA. And it was the main card was Abner Mares versus Jesus Cuellar, and RGBA was the host, on the main event. But we got there and we got to see Lipinets versus another guy, but we got to see Jermall Charlo when he was at 154 versus J-Rock, and that was a really good fight. But when you listen to them give the post-fight interviews, the way they talk, you could tell they did film review, because he said the adjustments came early. The way they talk when they give that they were waiting for J-Rock to do a certain habit, and they were gonna try to capitalize it. And he's saying, I didn't have to wait till later 5th, 6th, or 7th round. He fell into that trap. He started into that bad habit that we knew he had, and we capitalized on it, and we got him with an uppercut, and he went down. He got back up because the guy J-Rock he's a warrior, and he got back up, and I think he might have survived that round. He might have gone down the next round, but that's one that because I'm trying to lead into the question about film review with you. But the second one where you literally hear Errol Spence say, my coach did film review, and we knew Chris Algieri, after a certain punch combination, looks down or he closes his eyes. I couldn't remember which of the two. So the trainers do film review to let their fighter know, hey, this is the game plan. When he does this, we're gonna do this. When he does that, we're gonna do this. Tell us how much film review is involved in your coaching with your son.
With me, my film review is I like to do just because I like to do it, first of all. And that's even with a good fighter or whatever. You just learn stuff like that. But I mean, there's quite a few of it. I'll watch some film and pick up certain habits to see if they have certain, if they have certain habits, if they do any little glitch, if they blink, if they after certain punches that they blink, do they shake their hands before, all that stuff. There's a bunch of things that you can look for. But I do it, but I also do it on my son too. I do it on my son too because somebody else does it. I'm sure they're trying to do it on my son too. But just let it known that sometimes the stuff that my son do is intentional. So you pick it. Pick whichever one you think is and the thing is, it's not for every fight, because I watch my son. I make sure he doesn't do a lot of the same things.
Sure.
And that's just another level of thinking. And you watch it to see how strong the guy is, how he reacts to certain things, past rounds. What does he do? Does he start off the same? More likely. Just how strong he is, and I don't mean like punching wise, just body wise. How strong he is, how will he is, his coaches, watch his coaching. I watch all that. Everybody likes to do certain things in certain parts of the ring without them even realizing it. I just watch a bunch of stuff, but again, it's just maybe a obsession that I have, I guess, that I like doing. But that's not just in boxing. I like watching it in basketball. Just certain things. It's just what I like to do. I like to understand things. That's it.
Talk to us about this fight with Mo Hooker. I remember a press conference that Vergil did. I believe it was either Vegas or Texas.
Vegas against Mauricio.
Yeah,
Pereira.
and he said, hey, Eddie Hearn, I want to fight with Hooker.
If he would make the fight.
If he would make the fight. He's from Dallas. I'm from Dallas. He would make a good fight. So that was we're talking about May of 2019, because that's when he fought Herrera. Mm-hmm. So this is a fight that's Vergil wanted. He talked it into becoming a reality. Talk to us about that fight. Do you like it for your son? Just talk to us about it. What are your thoughts?
Well, I like any fight for my son. I don't care who it is, but I like this fight. Maurice Hooker is a guy who's very talented, very long. He's strong. I remember him from Home Champions in South Dallas. I remember him in the amateurs. He's a good fighter. He's probably one of the first people I've seen knock someone out in the amateurs in Dallas. Strong guy, right hand, very strong. But I just think it's a good fight for my son. It's not. People are calling this. Some people don't understand the word step up. Some people think step up is it's a step up. It's an easy fight. It's just getting a little bit better. This guy is a former world champion. He's still a champion. He's just not
currently a champion.
Sure. But once a champion, always a champion. This guy is not done. This guy's in his prime. When you're 31 years old, you're still in your prime, first of all. So for my son, for them to have the confidence for my son to go against former world champion, who, by the way, this is his second fight at 147. It's not his first, it's his second fight at 147. Who already wasn't making weight, so it ain't like he's going up in weight because they're fight Vergil and go up in weight. No, he just couldn't make weight already. For the past few fights, he's been struggling. It's a hydrated, taller guy. It's a dangerous fight. The guy's motivated to win. Everybody wants, nobody wants some younger kid beating him. But my son's young. A lot of people say, he doesn't have the experience. maybe you don't have the experience pro fight wise, like the amount of rounds, but I guarantee he has a lot of experience in the ring, period. You know, just as much as him. Just as much as him. I guarantee that. So really, it's gonna. I don't think it depends on what that man does. I think it just depends on Vergil. Vergil's gonna be who he's gonna be. And, honestly, when Vergil's in the ring with anybody, I don't think anybody beats him. I'm not saying right now someone doesn't beat him, you know. But if he's going against that guy that day they go in that ring, they're not going to beat him. That's what I mean. Because he's going to be prepared. But I like the fight. It's going to be exciting. Yeah, they're actually having it Fort Worth, not in Dallas, which still Dallas Fort Worth.
Sure.
But yeah, a lot of people are going to go. I've heard a lot of tickets are already sold big time.
Tickets went on sale today, actually.
Yeah.
Is Maurice Hooker trained by Bomac, by Terrence Crawford's coach?
Now he is, and that's another thing. Now he's trained by Crawford's coach, so you know he does Crawford sparring, I'm sure, with him.
That's what I was going to bring up. Yeah.
Who's a pound for pound. So it's not an easy fight. You know, now he got different things, different tricks, different. The game plan's going to be different, I'm sure. I mean, that's can't overthink it either. At the end of the day, it's still two guys in the ring, sure, just fight. But yeah, I mean that's just how I look at it. But I know that I think Robert told me that Bomac told him he was going to beat him on his next fight, guaranteed it, head to head. But this is the next fight, so I know the coach is really working hard to win. But again, I feel we have the better guy no matter who we go against. And that's not shit talking to Maurice Hooker. I personally like him. I know he's a good family man, he's a good father from what I've known and hear. The guy's actually pretty cool. But this time, I'm not even going to say I'm sorry. Like, my son's first. That's just the way it is.
I think those are all the questions I had for you. I have all my notes, but I kind of just winged it. Just tell us where we can follow you on social media and tell us any closing statements that you want to tell us, Vergil.
You can follow me on Facebook, just Vergil Ortiz. On Instagram and on Twitter is Vergil Ortiz Sr. Because my son obviously got Vergil Ortiz.
Sure.
No, nothing. Just really, follow. Just make sure you guys follow this kid. This is gonna be one of the good ones. This is a kid, the one that people, the Mexican people and people in general, but the Mexican people have been waiting for. I mean, this kid, we come from, we don't think we're better than anybody. This is a kid that comes, that you can be in your neighborhood, that you would, he's one of you. Follow him because he's still really good. And he really is. And when he trains hard not only for himself and his family, but for all of you guys. And that's it, man. He's fun.
Last thing, there's a show that I've been going on and helping them out every once in a while. Can you give a shout out to the show Hispanics Causing Panic?
Shout out to Hispanics Causing Panics.
D-Style and G-Funky. Thank you for your time, Vergil.
Yes, sir. You take care.